The classroom buzzed with noise as students tossed paper balls, whispered jokes, and scrolled on their phones. It was career day, the day every kid either dreaded or bragged about. When it was Ethan's turn, he stood up nervously, clutching a wrinkled paper in his hands. "My dad," he began softly, "works at NASA." The room went silent for a second, then erupted in laughter. "Yeah right," one boy snorted. "And my dad's Iron Man." Another chimed in, "NASA. Sure, dude, your dad can't even fix his old car." Ethan's face turned red, his voice shaking. "I'm telling the truth." But nobody believed him. Even the teacher gave a polite, awkward smile. "That's interesting, Ethan. Let's move on, okay." Ethan sat down, fighting back tears as the next kid went up to brag about his dad's car dealership. He stared at the floor, counting the minutes until the bell rang. Just as the teacher started wrapping up, the classroom door opened. Everyone turned. A tall man walked in, wearing a navy blue suit embroidered with the NASA insignia. The room fell dead silent. The man's deep voice broke the hush. "Apologies for being late. I'm here for the career day presentation. I believe my son, Ethan, is in this class." Every student's head whipped toward Ethan. He looked stunned. "Dad." The man smiled and nodded, setting down a metal briefcase. The teacher blinked. "Why, you really work at NASA?" He chuckled. "Yes, ma'am. 20 years now. I'm an aerospace systems engineer. We build the engines that send astronauts to space." The kids' jaws dropped. One whispered, he wasn't lying. The father opened the briefcase and pulled out a small metal part, intricate and shining. "This," he said, holding it up, "is from a rocket engine that launched last year. My team designed it." The class stared in awe. Even the loudest boys from before sat frozen, their faces pale. Ethan watched his father proudly, his chest rising with new confidence. For once, the laughter was gone, replaced with quiet respect. Then his dad glanced around the room, a hint of steel in his tone. "My son told me you didn't believe him. I hope now you understand, dreams aren't lies. They're just early versions of success." No one said a word. Even the teacher's eyes glistened. Ethan smiled, not out of revenge, but relief. For the first time, they didn't see him as the quiet kid with big stories. They saw him for who he was, the son of a man who really did reach for the stars. The class sat frozen, eyes locked on the man standing at the front. You could almost hear the sound of guilt in the room. Ethan's bullies, especially Jake, the loudest one, looked like they wanted to disappear. Ethan's dad gave a calm smile, breaking the silence. "You all like rockets, right?" he asked. A few hesitant nods followed. He set a small model rocket on the desk. "This one," he continued, "is built exactly like the ones we send up to test atmosphere entry. It can reach a few hundred feet. Ethan helped me assemble it at home." Gasps rippled through the room. You helped build a rocket?" a girl asked, wide-eyed. Ethan nodded shyly, but his dad chuckled. "He didn't just help, he made the stabilizer design himself. We tested it in my lab. It worked perfectly." Now every kid leaned forward. Even the teacher forgot about the clock. Ethan's dad looked around and asked, "Who wants to see how it works?" The class erupted in excitement. The teacher grinned, "Are you serious?" He nodded. "Of course. I got permission from the principal earlier. We'll do a mini demo outside." Minutes later, everyone was in the schoolyard. The rocket stood on a small launch pad, sunlight gleaming off its white body. Ethan held the remote in his trembling hands as his dad guided him. 3, 2, 1. The rocket blasted into the sky, leaving a streak of white smoke behind. The class screamed in amazement, some even clapping and jumping. The little rocket soared, curved perfectly, and landed safely with a small parachute. Ethan's dad turned to the students. "Now imagine," he said, "something 100 times bigger. That's what we launch from NASA. Every rocket begins with imagination, just like Ethan's." Jake shuffled his feet, cheeks red. He finally walked over to Ethan and mumbled, "Hey, man, I'm sorry for laughing. That was awesome." Ethan gave a small smile. "It's okay." His dad rested a hand on his shoulder. "You see, son," he said loud enough for the class to hear, "you don't need to prove the truth to everyone. Sometimes, the truth proves itself." The bell rang, but no one moved. Every student stood a little taller that day, because they hadn't just seen a rocket launch. They'd seen a dream take off. After the demo, the students crowded around Ethan and his dad, asking endless questions. How fast does it go? Have you met astronauts? Do rockets ever explode? The man laughed warmly, answering each one with the patience of a teacher and the pride of a father. Even the teacher, Mrs. Jenkins, couldn't hide her awe. Mr. Carter, she said softly, this is the most inspiring career day we've ever had. He smiled modestly. Thank you, ma'am. I just want these kids to know that where you come from doesn't decide how far you can go. Ethan stood by his father, his earlier fear completely gone. He wasn't the shy, quiet boy anymore. He was beaming. Jake, the class clown who had mocked him earlier, finally walked up again, this time with sincerity in his eyes. Hey, Ethan, he said, scratching his neck awkwardly. I really mean it, I shouldn't have laughed at you. That was messed up. Ethan hesitated, then smiled.